Hello everyone, today we'll be unboxing this massive 1 to 32nd scale Vought F4U Corsair from Tamiya. So this is a pretty big plane, and it also says this an export version only has a clear engine cowling, so you can do it with showing the engines. Pretty nice. So yeah, here you got the box art of the thing flying. Here's some of the camouflage schemes for which way you want to paint it. And here's like the engine details, and it comes with a figure, and there's also photo etch parts available. So let's take a look inside and see what we have. So the first sprue that we see, this looks like some internal components, probably for the fuel tanks of some sort, probably just internal wing parts. The next sprue, or the next part we have, is we have actual rubber tires and little sprues, little springs of some sort, and a screwdriver to connect it. Right here we have these probably are the wings that can fold. Yes, these are the gull wings that can fold. Paddle liner looks on here pretty nice. Then we have more this is internal hull stuff. So that's like interior, like cockpit areas and fuel tanks and whatnot. Right here we have a spacer, and then on this right here we have the photo etched parts. So it gives you the photo etched cockpit details. So there's the screens and the little dials behind here, and here's the seat belts for the pilot guy. Right here was the G parts, and this was the clear parts they were talking about for the engine cowling, and it actually gives you some instructions to like give them better transparency. Here's the stand. So this looks like an engine bulkhead. Is that a revolver? It looks like it gives you a revolver inside, which is interesting. Yeah, you got some cockpit details here, and then the seat for the pilot. Right here you have the engine, the radial engine parts. It's got the exhausts, the main radial part, and some of the little spark plugs there. This sprue has what seems to look like landing gear struts and valves of some sort, and the tail hook. This sprue has the horizontal stabilizers in the back, propeller blades, and it seems like the wheel hub bases, and some general other hull details. I'm not sure what those are. This is the center fuselage part for the landing gear. Those might have been the landing gear doors. This is the normal engine cowling if you want to do it without the clear. Go another. So this is the cockpit details, along with the canopy, molded in clear, which is pretty nice. Here you have the pilots, one standing and one sitting. You can put them in the plane. This looks like more cowling parts for the engines, cockpit details, and the hull and the fuselage parts, along with some little dials inside there. The sprue has the two main fuselage pieces, which are pretty big. Yeah, and then you've got some ventilator shafts or some sort on the side, and more landing gear doors. This sprue has like the winglets, or not the winglets, the control surfaces for the wings. Here's the decals for it. So everything's packaged very nicely in this decal bundle. So if I should be able to open it here, just tape. So I open it, and let's see what we have inside this media packet. So this is, I think this is history for the F4U Corsair. Yeah, this is just the Corsair's history and some like the photos of like how it's supposed to look. I wish they did this with the ships, which would have been nice. here we have the instructions for it. So looking at the instructions right here. Actually, let's look at the paint thing so I can move this box out of the way. So this is like the painting scheme for it. And you can definitely use this as a poster, which looks really nice. Here's the decals, like the big American stars for the wings. So let's look at the instructions now. Instructions. So it gives you a bit more history about the plane. Here's the tools you need, markings and colors. Let's see what they're doing. So here, cockpit, it gets assembled. Then you do the seat belts. Seat belts, cockpit, pilot, seat into the cockpit. Then you do like those are fuel lines or some sort, internal stuff. Fuselage comes together. You build the engine. Engine comes together right here. Then the cowling goes on and the wing control surfaces. Right here, you build the landing gears, and here's like how you do it for the wings. So if you want to do extended wings, you put like the struts inside to make sure the wings don't fall over. Landing gear, bay doors, and then you put the control surfaces, more of them on. And then you add the canopy and like internal stuff to the wings and like the machine guns and whatnot. Then you do the horizontal stabilizers, you put everything on, just stick it on there. If you want to do a folded wings, oh yeah, you also put the propeller on there. So this is the folded wings variant. You'll add like the wing like supported parts, which is like when it's closed. Yeah, and then you'll put in, again, the fuel lines and the control surfaces. Then you add the wheels. So, yeah, control surfaces, you do the same thing with the wings, but this time you just build them upwards. You know, the instructions are big when it's 45 pages, 50 almost. Yeah, the propeller on the end. Paint the pilot right here, and here's all the sprues you have. It's a lot of sprues. How many sprues even is there? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 sprues. It's crazy. And let's add all the little decals on there. That's pretty impressive. It's a pretty big, very big kit. Should do some quality like this on the ship kits, you know? So anyways, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and share this video.